Hello, I'm Robin Gibson, and this is your Harvard House Money Morsel. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell to get a notification of when we release a new video. Today, I'm sitting with Mark Wheatley. Mark Wheatley manages our short-term insurance division. Welcome, Mark. Good to have you.
Thank you, Robin. Pleasure to be here.
So, Mark, in the last number of years, from an insurance point of view, it's been absolute chaos. I think if you've lived in the Maritzburg area, we've seen hail second to none. Obviously, we've had the July riots from last year, and then obviously the rain and the floods and what have you. That's led to some pretty distinct issues in the insurance department from a claims point of view. Can you maybe just fill in some of the challenges that you're facing?
Yes. So in the first instance, there's been a massive reaction by the insurance companies in the aftermath of all those events. Essentially, you can describe them as mini catastrophic events, yes, as described, particularly for KZN. Mm-hmm. And it's presented a number of challenges because we've just come out of the COVID pandemic and the lockdowns.
Yes.
That was a global phenomena. There's been a knock-on effect to that, and it's caused all sorts of issues around the ability to process claims.
Yes. So what you're finding is that, I mean, we've talked with our estates department, Greg, around some of the challenges the work from home has had from delivery. I'm guessing that's also been in your space. All the service providers, and I guess also, post the pandemic, one of the things that we really saw was the whole supply chain issue. Yes. So I guess, if you're trying to replace stuff and they can't get it, that's also leading to big challenges.
Very much so. So if you just go back to your first point about the COVID, what we saw during lockdown was most of the insurance companies, over 80% of their personnel, all retracted and went to work from home. Yes. And that continued well into the beginning of this year. Yes. Coupled together with those events like last year's civil unrest, then the hailstorms in the KZN area, a company like Santam soon discovered that their ability to service claims was starting to hit a backlog and a jam because of the lack of communication within staff, everybody working from home. So from the beginning of this year, they started to call back all their staff back into the office space.
Interesting.
But it's been taking a while for that to get its wheels in motion. And in fact, right now, as we speak, there's still a hangover from that legacy of working from home and still a massive backlog that is going on. That's the one challenge.
Yes.
You were talking about the scarcity of in the global supply chain.
Yes.
Old Mutual just recently put out a little brochure to assist intermediaries and their policyholders that spoke to just that very thing. So what happened during the lockdown around the world, productivity went out the window. Lots of people also lost their jobs who were part of the supply chain. So as we come out of the pandemic, we see an absolute scarcity of parts available around the world as a supply. With the demand, which is your standard supply and demand issue. Yes. Demand is through the roof. And as a result of that, the cost of spares have risen dramatically, which in turn is now obviously impacting South African insurers, together with the rand-dollar exchange rate, which that is based on as imports. And so the cost of repair work under claims has escalated quite significantly.
I'm guessing that's going to lead back into premiums as well, Mark, that's connecting the dots there. But maybe just a little bit, many of our viewers might not know too much about our short-term insurance department. I know your service is legendary because we get so many compliments about them. But is that something that someone's got to pay an extra price for by being with a small organization like us from a broker point of view? Or do you find you can actually be very competitive with people's comparative quotes?
A very, very good question, Robin. Yeah. Some of the other insurers who like to advertise quite frequently on TV often make reference to that particular subject matter.
Yes.
And it's, if I can say this, no is the short answer to that question.
Yes.
Our industry allows for certain fees as part of the pricing of a product.
Yes.
However, that doesn't really influence our ability here at Harvard House to service our clients in a most cost-effective manner. And what I have found, where companies who do advertise and make reference to those type of comments, I have a very, very high successful hit rate when I'm doing alternative quotes for clients. And it's very few and in between that I can't
Yes.
get a more competitive premium. So that goes right out the window. We are able
Yes.
to, in most times, beat those type of policies that are in place at a very competitive rate.
Well, that's fantastic to hear. Well, Mark has been my insurer, my short-term insurance broker for many years, and I've had phenomenal service from him. So please don't hesitate to give him a call. Mark, thanks for joining us today. Please don't forget to join us again and like and subscribe.